Tarot's Minor Arcana, the Suit of Wands. Hello again, Tarot fans. This is part 2 of Bestie's deep dive into the 56 cards that make up Tarot's Minor Arcana. In case you missed the first part, check out our video on the Suit of Cups in order to catch yourself up before watching this one. Today, we're going to look at the next of the 4 Minor Arcana suits to give you an overview of all 14 cards that make up the Suit of Wands. Before we start, perhaps you might wand to subscribe to Bestie and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't need to be a psychic to find out whenever we upload a video. No fortune telling required. In tarot readings, the Suit of Wands is associated with motivation and passion. It is linked to the things that we want to accomplish in life, either in the shorter or longer term, career goals, social or political activities, or other personal projects. The Suit of Wands is also closely tied to the classical element of fire, and as such, can also be interpreted as being linked to fire signs from the zodiac: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Incidentally, all 3 of these signs are commonly associated with things such as liveliness, ambition, and inspiration, making this a fitting comparison. According to tarot experts, the cards of the Suit of Wands can be representative of your core drives and motivations, personality, ego, self-concept, and your internal and external personal energies. The more negative sense, the Suit of Wands might also represent flaws such as impulsiveness, egotistical behavior, and a sign that you've lost your way and are currently lacking in a concrete direction or purpose. If your tarot reading is predominantly made up of cards from the Suit of Wands, it could mean that you're beginning a new transitional period of personal growth and development, or seeking a greater sense of purpose and meaning of life. Or it could mean that whoever shuffled the deck prior to your reading didn't do a very good job. Could be either one, really. On that note, let's take a closer look at the 14 cards that make up the Suit of Wands, and unpack the commonly agreed upon meanings and interpretations behind each card as they appear in a tarot reading. Ace of Wands. First up in the Suit of Wands is the Ace of Wands, depicting a disembodied hand grasping a stick. The Ace of Cards in each of the 4 Minor Arcana suits are typically seen as being meant to symbolize new beginnings, and the Ace of Wands is no exception. According to expert tarot readers, this card is all about embracing new ideas and beginning new projects. It represents a creative spark that can ignite your passion to accomplish bigger and better things. If this card shows up in your reading reversed, i.e. upside down, it could potentially mean that you're currently suffering from a creative drought, or find yourself waylaid by delays and distractions. At times like these, it's always important to remember to stick to your guns. Get it? Two of Wands. In the art of the Two of Wands, we see a man standing between 2 upright branches, potentially symbolizing 2 branching paths that he can possibly take. Similarly, the Two of Wands card is often interpreted as symbolizing an important decision to be made, usually between 2 distinct choices. You may be feeling as though the grass is always greener on the other side, or might you find yourself at the point where it's time to start planning for the future? When reversed, this card can represent the fear of change, fear of the unknown, indecisiveness, and a lack of planning or self-doubt. 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is all about progress, travel, foresight, confidence, and new opportunities, especially overseas. Like the person on this card overlooking the ocean, this card symbolizes that you're at a point where you can see everything that lies ahead of you, all the challenges and obstacles that are about to come your way. Maybe now's the time to do that backpacking tour through Europe that you and your best friend keep hyping up. Unless this card is reversed, of course. An upside down 3 of Wands represents a lack of foresight, unexpected delays, lack of confidence, and restrictions. 4 of Wands. If the 3 of Wands is all about traveling overseas, then the 4 of Wands is all about the journey home. This card represents reunions, happy families, homecomings, and relaxation. It can also represent that you've just completed a major life goal or milestone, and it's time for some much-needed celebration. If reversed, this card can represent canceled celebrations or conflicts between loved ones, or it might represent a more personal celebration or achieving inner harmony. 5 of Wands. As you might have guessed by the not-so-friendly looking picture on the front of this card, the Five of Wands represents conflict, arguments, competition, disagreements, and distinct lack of cooperation. This card can often be interpreted to denote a clash of personality. Maybe you're having a hard time getting everyone on the same page for a group project, or you recently got into an argument with a close friend. On the plus side, a reversed Five of Wands can symbolize compromise, the end of a disagreement, harmony, and problem solving, or it could represent an inner conflict of fear of confrontation. Six of Wands. In the Six of Wands, we see a triumphant figure on a horseback, their head held high as they parade their way into the frame. Sure enough, this card can be interpreted as being symbolic of success and victories, public recognition, praise, confidence, and being in the spotlight. This card can appear in a tarot reading to congratulate you on a job well done, or it might be there to inform you that you're about to get your big break. If reversed, this card can instead mean failure or fall from grace, or, on a more positive note, it might represent a private or personal victory you've achieved outside of the public eye. Seven of Wands. Here we see a person on top of a hill, swinging a wand at unseen attackers approaching from below. Like the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands is a card that symbolizes confrontation. In the case of the Seven of Wands, this card represents standing up for your beliefs, rising to the occasion, and fighting your corner. Receiving this card means that you may be in a situation where obstacles and challenges are attacking you from all sides, and it's time to knuckle down and hold your own against these hardships. Reversed, the Seven of Wands represents feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, giving up, or folding your beliefs. Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a dynamic card that represents momentum. Common keywords attached to this card include hastiness, speed, moment, change, and action. Seeing this card in your tarot reading can actually mean that exciting times are in store for you in the near future. Or it could mean that you're about to embark on a very important trip. Reversed, this card can represent a resistance to change, a lack of speed or action, slow or delayed progress, bad timing, or a loss in momentum. Nine of Wands. On the front of this card, we see an injured man catching his breath amidst a forest of upright wands. The Nine of Wands card can represent fatigue or weariness from a long, ongoing battle. But it can also represent the courage, persistence, and resilience needed to push through and succeed. If you feel like life has been beating you down recently, this card could be a sign to keep on keeping on. Like the man on this card's illustration, it could be that you're just waiting to receive your second wind. If reversed, the Nine of Wands can represent a stubbornness or rigidity, an unwillingness to compromise, or paranoia. Ten of Wands. On the illustration of the Ten of Wands, we see a person struggling to carry what appears to be more sticks than you can shake a stick at. This card can represent times when you might be feeling overwhelmed, saddled with responsibilities and obligations, or weighed down by stressful situations. The card might signify that you're feeling worn down or burnt out, or that you currently find yourself in the middle of an uphill battle. If reversed, the Ten of Wands can represent an insurmountable obstacle or collapse under pressure. Or it could mean that you're able to shoulder the burden and persevere through this difficult scenario. Page of Wands. This brings us to the end of the suit of wands as we get into the suit's 4 face cards. First up is the Page of Wands. This card can be used to denote good news, inspiration, a surge of new ideas, and limitless potential. Alternatively, it might also mean the spreading of information, either through phone calls, word of mouth, or by some other means. Maybe even the discovery of your new favorite YouTube channel, hint hint. If reversed, however, the Page of Wands can be a little less optimistic. An upside-down reading of this card can instead point towards hastiness, gullibility, a lack of energy or focus, or self-limiting beliefs. It could also represent newly formed ideas that still need time to develop. Knight of Wands. Next up in the face of cards is the Knight of Wands. This card can be read as a symbol of energy, impulsiveness, inspired action, confidence, and assuredness. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the Knight of Wands wears armor decorated with pictures of salamanders, which in older times was an animal commonly associated with the element of fire. If reversed, this card can represent more reserved passions, such as personal projects, or it can be meant to warn you to stay clear of arrogance, hastiness, and scattered energy. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands sits confidently on her throne, with an adorable black kitty seated at her feet. This is a card that can be used to denote courageousness, outgoing or independent nature. An association with this card implies that you've got a lot of balls in the air right now, but also the efficiency and determination to keep your hectic life organized. The reversal of this card tells a different story. It can either denote someone who is introverted in nature or someone who is overly pushy or overbearing, demanding too much from others while being spiteful and self-righteous. King of Wands. Last but certainly not least, we have the King of Wands. This is a card representative of natural-born leadership, grand visions, experience, charm, and leniency. It's a card that promises long-term success in important endeavors, though it can also represent someone too controlling or hot-tempered to currently reach their full potential. The reversal of this card can depict someone with poor leadership skills or high expectations. A person with a volatile temper who sets a bad example for others. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, as they say. And with that, we've reached the end of the suit of wands. Hopefully the information in this video will help you get a better understanding the next time you decide to test your luck at a psychic reading. Or maybe it can help you impress and wow your friends the next time you decide to whip out a tarot deck of your own. Just remember that tarot is more of a fun, hypothetical exercise than a proven science, so try not to take the cards too seriously. What did you think of this video? Are you enjoying our series on tarot cards so far? Let us know in the comment section below to help us keep the conversation going. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.